Today we have a two-part video. The first part is the unboxing of this new Corvus Belli Infinity miniatures. These miniatures are now available for pre-order at the Corvus Belli website. A huge thanks to Corvus Belli for sending me all these miniatures. The second part of this video is how to work with metal miniatures. We will discuss what tools you need for working with metal miniatures and how do you work with them, how is it working with metal miniatures, how to glue them properly, and of course, do all the prep work before painting. Hi, I'm Don. Welcome to my channel. First, we have this Glyph Warcore. This edition is a pre-order exclusive. These are actually my very first Infinity miniatures. I like the hard plastic base because it has cross-section underneath and it makes it feel more stiff and durable. The base has some line-of-sight markers that are molded to the base, which is really cool. I watched a couple of how to play videos of Infinity N5 and those line-of-sight markers are pretty neat. Although these are my very first Corvus Belli Infinity miniatures, it's not my first time to work with metal miniatures. When I first dabbled with miniatures, I was introduced to metal miniatures, so I kinda know how to work with metal minis. Unlike some people, I don't really pin all of the parts of a metal miniatures. I just pin the parts if the miniature is very big and chunky. With a miniature as thin as these miniatures, I did not do any pinning. Our next unboxing is this Next Wave Action Pack. This box contains 10 miniatures, 9 metal miniatures, and 1 plastic mini. Working with metal is a little bit longer than working with plastic, but it's about the same as with working with resin. You see, for me, personally, plastic miniatures are easier to work with just because of the plastic cement. Other than the plastic cement, the cleanup and the sanding and the gluing is about the same as especially with resin miniatures. Because of the very beautiful box art painting in the Corvus Belli Infinity boxes, I thought the miniatures were more detailed than what I see now. Looking at the miniatures right now, I think the detail is just enough. It's perfect. There's a really nice balance between very nice detailing and textures and open spaces. Open spaces or negative spaces gives a very nice balance to the details and the posing of the miniatures. The open spaces also allows a painter like me, to really add more textures to the painting. The miniatures seem not to have those unnecessary details like small pouches or very small paint buckles and such. So I really like the level of detailing. I think it's just balanced and perfect. I haven't even primed these miniatures yet, and because of my older eyes, I think I will appreciate the details and the sculpting a bit more after priming. I will definitely prime this miniature and do a quick zenithal with my airbrush so that I could properly see all of the details after doing this voiceover. Other than the mecha dinosaur, I really love that you get 3 lady miniatures in this set. Now our next unboxing is this Juggernaut's Armored Assault Brigade. Although the painting is really good, the painting of the box art is really good as usual, it doesn't really give justice to this miniature. The box art only shows one angle, but the miniature has so many beautiful angles. So what's cooler than an armored soldier? Of course, an armored soldier riding an armored cat or dinosaur or whatever mecha. This Juggernaut is so beautiful. If you are finding value in this video, do give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Now we talk on how to work with metal miniatures. Metal miniatures or working with metal miniatures is not really that different as with working with plastic miniatures. You could use the same tools that you use for plastic miniatures and resin with metal miniatures. However, I must say that of course your tools will wear down faster if you always work with metal miniatures. So if you don't want to wear down your more expensive tools, just use your older tools. Art knives works as well with metal, with white metal, and of course also your sanding sponges or sanding sticks. As mentioned earlier, you could use your tools for plastic and resin miniatures with your metal miniatures. However, and most definitely, your tools will wear down faster if you always work with metal miniatures. But you could see in the video as I worked on the miniatures, I eventually used my better tools. The SAB panel liner that I always use in removing mold lines on plastic miniatures, I also eventually used on the metal minis. The old wire cutter I used to cut the fatter areas or fatter parts of the sprues. But since old tools like this wire cutter is a little bit more blunt, I don't get precise cuts. So eventually I use my Foxbite single edge nipper for doing precision cuts. Of course, any tool will work, but as usual, working with good quality tools makes the hobby a little bit more fun. Now when you cut a piece from a fat sprue, you should use a file to trim down those edges. Don't apply too much pressure when using the file. It will eat up the soft metal too much. After filing, you could smoothen with sanding sticks or even your SAB panel liner. Gluing. Now the prep work for gluing metal miniatures is very important. You can use a panel liner or your art knife to score the contact areas for better adhesion. If the contact areas to be glued are more open, you could use some sanding sticks. Scoring or sanding before adding glue will give you really good adhesion. You may need to hold the parts together for a few seconds. Then once the super glue sets, it's pretty strong. Now we do basing. I would recommend UV resin putty for basing or at least the initial basing. Although I must admit that I use UV putty even for plastic miniatures. I'm using UV putty for extra peace of mind because I know that the bond is pretty strong. Also, before curing the UV putty, I press skulls or other details on the basing. After pressing or adding details, I then cure the putty. The UV putty in the tin can is like it has a sandy texture, so I like combining it with this smoother putty. Now this smoother putty you could use with filling the gaps if there's any to reinforce like the bonds between different pieces of the miniature. Now since I forgot to wash the pieces and I use UV putty for the basing, you just need to wash these miniatures before priming. Now, before my final thoughts, a huge thanks to all my patrons at Patreon. Now, I must admit, the main reason why I haven't painted an Infinity miniature yet is because of Serio Minitoro. We have been following each other at Instagram for a while now, and I highly recommend you follow him at Instagram. Serio's painting is very inspiring, but intimidating at the same time. Now, since it's been a while since I've worked with metal miniatures, I think I would recommend that you wash the pieces before you assemble them. I'm not really sure if this applies to Corvus Belli metal miniatures, but usually metal miniatures, you have to wash off the mold release agent that are still in the metal. Like I mentioned earlier though, I washed the miniatures after basing because I simply forgot to wash them before assembly. I simply use an old toothbrush and dish soap and water. So as you can see in the video, the miniatures are really nice, clean and shiny, and are ready for priming. Obviously, I'm in the honeymoon stage, and these are my very first Corvus Belli Infinity miniatures. You all know I came from like the Gunpla hobby, and these miniatures are anime-ish and cyberpunk and mecha, and I'm really digging the designs. Similar to this video, the painting videos will be in two parts, like two parts in one video. The first part would be the speed painting, and of course, the second part would be painting like the box art, or at least close to the box art. So I hope you like this two-part format. That's it, Pansit. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Until next video, guys. Bye! If you like this video, you might want to check out these other videos. Also, if you like PDF tutorials, do check out my Patreon.